Hello guys, welcome back to the next tutorial. In this one we're going to talk about a very interesting topic called inheritance, and that's going to be really fun. So you know what, let's get started with the coding and we'll talk side by side so you guys can understand what we're really talking about. So inheritance is basically a process where we can utilize the methods defined in another class, so we don't have to define those methods in the class that we define, right? So basically we're just sharing the functionality, sharing the attributes, the methods and all those things. And the class where all those things are defined, that we can call it as a parent class or the base class. And the class where we are utilizing those things, it can be called as the child class or derived class, right? So basically it's simple, right? We are inheriting from the parent class. Whatever we inherit from our parents in general as well, we can put it in the object oriented way as well. So let's define a class called car class, and I'm going to give example. And right now we inherit from object class. We have been doing that all the time, right? And this thing will get simple for you as soon as you're done with this lecture. So let's define a method called init, right? And let's print out a statement. Maybe we'll say that you just created the car instance, right? And then a couple of more methods we can define. That it's gonna say def, let's say drive, and I'm just gonna print that maybe car started, something like that. And let's define one more method called def stop, and I'm gonna say car stop. That's it. So car stopped, right? So what we can do is we can create an instance of the class, right? So I can just say C and then I can say car, and there you go, we just created the instance, right? And let's run the code. So what it says is you just created the car instance, because when we create the instance, the init method gets triggered and it executes whatever it's there in the init method. And you guys can notice nothing gets triggered from here because we're just creating the instance. We haven't called any method. We can call the methods like c.drive, and we can call c.stop, and all the other things should also get triggered, right? So this happened. So now let's say I have a car class, but I might have a variety of different kinds of cars, right? I might have a car called BMW, I might have a car called Audi, I might have a car called Mercedes, or a lot more, right? So in those, what I can have is I might have some common functionality, and then I might have some unique functionality to those classes, to those cars, or you can say. So for that, what I can do is I can create a class, something like that, BMW, and now I can inherit from the car class. So notice I'm not inheriting from the object, I'm inheriting from the car class. Now my car class, which is this became the parent class or the base class, and the BMW, this just became the child class or the derived class from the car class. And you will see the advantages of it. So I'm going to define an init method in it, like the same we do for any class, and then we can print something like you just created the BMW instance, right? I can do that, and let's say that's pretty much it. So what's the advantage? The advantage and the use is, what I can do is I can create the instance of my BMW, right? And then let's just print out this stuff. So what it says is you just created the car instance, car started, car stop. This is coming from these three lines, 20 to 22. And then I'm saying I'm instantiating the BMW class, which just says you just created the BMW instance, right? So this is coming from the init method of the BMW class. Now if my BMW class definitely should have a drive method, should have a stop method, right? Because it's the common functionality. Every car drives, every car stops. So what I can do is I can just do that, b dot drive, pretty cool, and I can do b dot stop, right? And let's put it up here. So it says car started, car stopped. That sounds good, right? That sounds pretty great. So what I just did is I inherited the car class for my BMW class, right? And I created the child class. So this is called inheritance, and now I'm inheriting these methods. So using with my instance for the BMW, which is B, I could call the drive method and the stop method, which does not even exist in my BMW class. So they're coming from the car class. And you guys can see, right, what they're printing is also that everything is coming from the car class, right? Car started, car stopped. So this is the benefit of using inheritance, right? That's really one good edge thing about inheritance and all that. So now if you guys can see, it's gonna be showing some warning up here in the init. You guys can see there's a small white line that's coming up. So if I hover it, it says that this inspection warns if the call to super constructor in class is missed. What does that mean? That says that it's a warning first of all. So there's nothing mandatory about it. But if you really want to call the super from the base class, what it means is the base class is super. It is referred as the super class for the derived class. So right now our car class can be known as parent class, base class, or super class, anything. So what we can do is car, and then we can say car dot init. We can just call it and put self in it, and it's satisfied. So basically we are just calling the init method of the car class, and it satisfies it. Or we can just say super also here. Oh, in that case it's not that, so we can just say car class, and it should be okay, and it just satisfies all the differences, right? So now if we run, we're gonna see one more thing, because we are calling the car.init in this init method of the BMW class. Right now I'm seeing this one more time printed out, right? So these first three lines are coming from my these three lines, line number 21 to 23, and then the next three lines are doing this. So you just created the car instance. This is coming from line number 25 because it is first calling the init method of the car class, and then it's printing out whatever lies inside it. So then it's printing out, you just create the BMW instance, there's a typo, and then car started, car stopped. Sounds good, right? So that's it. That's really a great info. You guys can see that we are utilizing the same code that we just wrote in the parent class, and we didn't even have to write those things in my base class. So like this, you can have a lot of classes for different type of cars, and you can have the common functionality implemented in the car class or the base class, right? So this is the kind of introduction about the inheritance. In the next class, we're gonna see what overriding is and how we can call how we can override the methods which exist in the base class and modify them. So that's about it, guys. Stay tuned for the next lectures. Practice as much as you can and stay tuned for the next lectures. Thanks, guys.